Well, we are back again working on the USAC build. We are so behind the curve, it's not even funny. Actually, it is. It is funny. It is funny. Um, Here's the thing. This has been going fairly well with the cutting open of the trunk and getting the hinge figured out. We're still mildly unenthused about how that's going, but we're really close to getting that figured out. The trick is going to be trying out that new hinge style where we used vinyl tubing rather than using the plastic tubing. So a little bit of a learning curve there. Cutting out the trunk apparently has been the easy part all along. We have these pieces glued in place here with some of this stuff. A lot of folks like to ask what we use for our mock-up builds. And this is the Zap Canopy Glue Formula 560. And it's basically a super thick PVA or school glue. And so it sets up faster and is a little bit stronger. And we can either peel this apart when we want to or just soak it in some water, which we probably will do anyway since we have to wash everything and such before we get on to priming and painting. So over here we have all of these parts here that are ready to go in and get washed, and then we have some bits on there that we want to cut off of here, take off of here. We have glued in place for mock-ups and everything. One thing I had noticed about this particular model was there was a gigantic gap back here for the floor pan, and it stops a little short there. So we took some tubing, some styrene tubing, and cut this angle here, cut it in half to bridge the gap, and then what we have to do is cut it to length once this is fully cured up. We just cemented it in place, so we're still waiting for it to dry up. So it's a little long. Probably cut it around about there-ish. So it should all fit together pretty good, and it looks like the height's going to be okay also. So I just didn't like the fact that when you turn this over, you see all this really nice looking transmission tunnel, and you get back here and it was just like open air. So yeah, we're covering that all in, and we're gonna let that cure up and then wash all those parts. But again, the real grind factor on this particular model is the front end, and we've mentioned this before that we had a plan. And we finally executed. I don't know why I never sat down and just started doing this. I just was always busy doing other things. Oh yeah, we also smoothed out a lot of our firewall stuff here. We gotta finish off doing that. But anyway, back to what we're supposed to be talking about. This little guy here didn't really fit in there very well. Well, we hopefully the camera's showing this well enough, but we have actually glued in some little chunks of plastic all around the inside there to narrow up that diameter. And then once that's fully dry and cured up with all the cement and everything, we're going to start sanding a little bit here and there, and so we can get this to fit on that side and get that to fit on this side and fill in the gaps a lot better. And this is why I hardly ever throw away a piece of styrene offcut. I mean, we got little tiny pieces down inside there. I just keep all that stuff for this exact purpose. So yeah, we got some pieces. It's a little ugly. It's a little ugly, a little shark tooth looking in there. But we're going to let that all set up and then come back and start sanding and filing and see if we can't get this guy to fit in here nice and pretty. Probably something we can do while we're watching TV with Mrs. BG tonight. I think tonight is wait, is Grey's Anatomy tonight? No, I think that's on hiatus right now. Anyway, when she watches one of her shows that I don't pay any attention to, I'll sit next to her and work on this, and then it's inevitable. She will ask me, "Wait, what just happened?" And I will tell her because I'm like, "What are you watching?" I'm sitting here watching your show for you. Anyway, that's marital bliss. Okay, cool. So that's what we got going on there. And hey, let's do a shop card shout out real quick here. We're going to say thank you to our buddy Onix. He sent us his shop card, and we, of course, reciprocated and sent ours. And I always like looking at shop cards and picking out what's on here and stuff. And of course, he is a huge Fiero fan. If you haven't watched his channel, please do. We'll have a link down below in the description. But yeah, he's a huge Fiero fan, and this is a beautiful build right here. Both of these are beautiful builds. He likes his sci-fi also, and that's a nice looking Miranda class there. That's the Reliant, I believe, 1884. Yep, that's Reliant. Beautiful looking build there, but this is the one that blows me away. Oh, yeah, that's an Alpha Fighter from Robotech Genesis Climber, which was known as it's like their next generation version. And this is a hard model to find. So kudos to you, sir, for building that and building it so well. That is a beautiful looking build. And I am a little jelly about that one right there. But very kind words on the back. Very much appreciate your sentiment there. Thank you so much. And we fully agree. And we are very happy to, of course, support your channel as well. All right. So with all that taken care of, we are going to get back to work on this guy here, gluing in more little bits of bits and start washing some parts so we can start getting some things in primer. We'll talk to you a little bit later on. Bye.